What's up, YouTube? Minnie Minchino here, and welcome back to the Minnycast. For those who are new, this is the weekly podcast vlog type show where I share with you my week, some updates if there are any, and just sort of discuss a random topic. And once again with us, we have Candido.
Hi guys. I hope everybody's doing alright. I've been doing pretty well. We've had a couple busy weeks. I had a friend over not too long ago. He just went home, but yeah, we've been catching up a lot with people that we knew and just been rekindling some friendships in the past. So that's my update. You were on vacation for a bit.
Yeah, but then coming back, I was able to chill with his friend as well. So
yeah.
Best fucking house guest ever, though. Like, for real,
right?
Like, holy crap, dude. Yeah. Like, I don't know. He was
this guy would literally like try to take out the garbage without us even asking him to, or
he's like a ninja. Half the time, I didn't know he did stuff, and then he'd come up to me like, "Yeah, so I did that for you." Oh my god, I'm so sorry you had to do that.
Yeah, and yet he doesn't mind. He's happy to do it.
So, he recently subbed to my channel, so thanks, bro, for helping us out and just being generally awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll absolutely have you down again.
Oh, yeah, anytime. Well, we have got quite the topic for you guys today.
Yeah, it's, oh boy. Okay, so... I suppose that if I were to, like, say what this is about, this is, I guess, just basically about being hard on yourself combined with being in a relationship where both of you are being hard on yourselves and possibly each other without meaning to.
And trying to be a perfectionist, that's my thing. Like, I try to make sure everything's perfect, and I try to make sure, like, everything's fine, and because of that, I get too stressed out really fast, and that's one of my weaknesses, guys. Like, I will be too hard on myself and try to fix everything and take it all on my own, and she'll be sitting there telling me not to be so hard on myself, and I find it really difficult sometimes to be that way, and I know she's only trying to help. And
well, here's the thing though, like, I notice it happen more so, like, when, even if it's something minor that goes wrong. Yeah. I have the tendency to overreact, so I'm just gonna make up an example, like, sometimes we have, I'm gonna use the example of J-cloths being hung on the stove. Sometimes we'll use them to wipe off our counters. So I'll hang it on the, like, oven handle to kind of let it dry. And the annoying thing is sometimes it falls off onto the floor, and then we have to throw it out, because then it's just kind of funky at that point, and we don't want that. So, you know, sometimes I'll see it on the floor, and I'll let him know. I'll be like, "Hey, babe, this fell on the floor, so now I got to throw it out and get a new one."
Yeah.
You know? And ultimately, my intention is I bring up that point and end it there with that, because it's like, here's the problem, it has now been solved, I'm just letting you know so you know where we're at.
Now I'm gonna cut in here with my perspective. And here's where it gets crazy, guys. Like, as a guy, and it's not strictly a guy thing, it's just me being me, and I feel like I try my best not to, like, upset her. Not to say that she gets upset when that happens. I mean, it's inconvenient, but
it's mildly annoying.
Yeah,
but
like,
it's nothing that I, like,
right?
intentionally make a big deal of. It's just like,
exactly.
Hey, this happened, I fixed it.
But I will tend to, like, sit there and be like, well, why do I keep doing that? Why do I keep screwing up? Why? I don't learn anything from it. It's like, I'll think of the dumbest things to say to myself to try to motivate myself to not screw that up again next time, and it backfires.
Here's the thing about those cloths, though, especially when they dry. When they're still wet, they're kind of heavy and they just kind of stay there.
Yeah.
But when they're dry, they're lighter than air.
They slide right off.
They will just, like, sort of cling to anything, and just you'll pull it off without realizing that you even touched it at all.
Exactly.
So, like, that's the thing, is there's nothing really to learn from that. It's just, sometimes you gotta be careful, and even when you are, like, even yesterday, I knocked the J-cloth off the stove because I was wearing my, like, sweater poncho thingy, and I didn't realize that it had moved it, and it fell, and then I looked, at one point, I stepped away to put to put stuff away because I was making a sandwich, and I'm like, I'm going to put the bread and stuff away because I'm done with it.
Yeah.
I come back to the stove and I see it on the ground. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
All right, well, guess I'm dealing with that now. And then I did, and it was done.
Yeah.
So there's nothing, like, even from that situation, there's nothing really to learn. You just kind of have to deal with it as it happens.
Yeah.
And there's other situations that have occurred where, yeah, there's stuff to learn from, sure. But, like, ultimately, when I try to point something out, my intention is not to make you feel bad.
And I know that. That's a weird thing.
My intention is just to say, hey, like,
this happened.
Something has happened, whether it's gone wrong or not. This X happened, and Y is how I feel about it. You know?
Yeah. Like, for example, this says our second time doing this Minnycast recording, because the first recording we did, I kind of screwed up the outro.
Well, I mean, we kind of went off topic a little bit as well, and then the outro and it would have been really awkward to fix the outro and everything, and I'm like, I can't use it.
She's sitting there mad.
And I'm like,
not mad, but she's clearly frustrated, which she has a right to be. Hang on, she has a right to be, because we spent like 20 minutes on that.
I could have handled that better, though.
No, we spent 20 freaking minutes on that. So anyone in the right mind...
I'm sure people spend more time on podcasts than that,
and I know I'm sure they have, but we're the ones doing it right now, and we spent 20 minutes on the damn thing, and I literally screwed up at the end. So it's like, it's so frustrating, and she's sitting there telling me, don't be so hard on yourself, but it's hard not to be when you know that you screwed up. And it's like, I have the tendency...
It wasn't just you, though. I fucked up the outro, too. And you know what? Overall, I wasn't really happy with it anyway.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you. Like, it was a good idea. We had the topic of sort of things you would say to you'd want to say to someone, but you choose to censor yourself because it's not a battle worth fighting kind of thing.
Yeah. Turning the other cheek and knowing when to say certain things.
And we had a lot of good examples and stuff like that, but we ended up going on like a tangent about college professors and stuff like that. And
like, I feel like we could do that topic.
We could tackle that again. We
got several topics.
Get our thoughts together a bit more, and we'll be fine.
Yeah, like, we got several topics lined up, guys. It's going to be an exciting couple of weeks next for the Minnycast.
I mean, what other topics do we have?
We have the bullying one. We have the possibility of the topic we just did. So a couple.
That is literally it, though.
Well, yeah, I'm sure by that time it's 2 weeks later, right? We can come up with another topic in 2 weeks. Come on now.
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, guys, like,
fair enough.
Seriously, don't be too hard on yourself. It's definitely easier said than done, but I mean, I'm working on it, and I find a lot of the times too, like, I'll repeat a lot of my mistakes, and that's the most frustrating part. Like, you think you learned and you didn't, and so it feels like you're taking like a step forward and two back.
Hang on a second, though.
What's up?
You're still fucking human.
Okay.
Even if you learn something, like, you're still human. You're not perfect. You're gonna make a mistake or two sometimes, and sometimes those mistakes will repeat.
And that's
not always on purpose. And none of any of the things that you've done that could be considered mistakes, which all the things that you think are mistakes, I don't even consider mistakes. Right? But I'm just saying, all the things, it's not a long list.
No.
It's a very short list. It's way shorter than you think it is.
Yeah.
But any of those that could be considered mistakes, like, you're fucking human, dude.
And there's times, like, where
you gotta let yourself be human. You're not a robot. You're not going to be perfect every single fucking time, dude. And it's not something I expect. That would be incredibly unreasonable, because then I would have to hold up that same standard. And as much as I try to do the best I can, which I know you do too, it's impossible for us to be perfect.
And I know you do the best you can. That's why I feel like...
That said, I could have handled how I reacted to that situation a lot better.
Yeah. And there's times...
Because I wasn't trying to make you feel like shit. And I know that I did. And I really, really wasn't trying to. And that happens a lot, because I'm terrible at dealing with situations. And
like, we both get stressed, and we kind of react similarly to...
I mean, either way, I end up saying something, and it makes you feel like you fucked up. And that's not what I'm going for, but it happens, and I'm I feel bad.
So do I.
I feel really bad about it.
I feel awful too, because sometimes, like, when I do make a certain mistake, I can't think of any examples at the current moment, but, like, there will be times where I will screw up genuinely bad, and I can see that she's visibly upset and just distressed, and it cuts through me like a knife. Guys, like, you don't want to see your partner, you know, sad. And you know that you're the cause of it. It cuts through me. Like, I don't like when I make certain mistakes, and I can't help but be hard on myself, but I am working on it because I know it isn't healthy. It's not doing you any favors. It's not doing me any favors, so I am working on it. But that's kind of like the message I wanted to pass on in this minicast, is like, take it from me, take it from anyone that you may know in your life, including yourselves, and look at your own, like, just analyze your own life, your interpersonal relationships with people. Just, are you being too hard on yourself? Like, are you, you know, taking the mistakes you have made and not learning from them, instead of you're just stressing about it? There's a difference between learning from a mistake and just sitting there stressing about it. And I feel like I've been doing more.
It kind of goes both ways, though, too, honestly. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
That's cool.
You.
Go ahead.
But, like, I just have to ask you.
Yeah.
And like, don't censor yourself on this.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Have I been too hard on you?
No.
Is the question. Because I feel like, even if it's something small and I'm just kind of like letting you know the status of something, essentially, which is my intention most of the time.
Yeah.
I still feel like it's being, like, I don't know if it's just how I'm, you know, speaking and fucking it up, and, you know, I'm just saying things the wrong way or whatever, but, like...
You're like me. First of all, I'd like to include this. You wear your emotions on your sleeves like me. Like, you wear it. You're mad, you're mad.
But even, it's not even that, dude. It's even when I'm not mad, I somehow still sound mad.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the thing that frustrates me, is I'll say something to him, and I'll think it sounds fine, but apparently it just sounds like I'm trying to eat somebody, and then he's just like, what the fuck? And then he thinks I'm mad when I'm really not.
Yeah,
and
see, you take a guy that's genuinely hard on himself to begin with, and then you apply something like that, it's horrible. Like, we need to work on our shit. Like, I need to not be hard on myself, and if you feel like maybe the way you say things sometimes is off...
It's like the more I try to fix it, the worse it gets.
And so, like, how do you fix that? Like,
and then if I just like try not to worry about it, it happens anyway. Yeah. And I'm like,
how do you fix that? Like, if anybody's listening right now, like, I know they are, but like, how do you fix that? If I could get some if we could get some suggestions in the comments, that'd be great. Because honestly, like, how do you fix a tone problem if you don't realize it's happening? Like,
and I've tried, like, recording myself and stuff like that.
Yeah, we've tried everything.
And
like,
even sometimes I'll listen back to it, and I'll think I still sound fine, but other people are like, no, you still sound mad. And I'm like, how is this mad?
And that's the thing. When she'll ask, how do I sound? How do you sound mad? It's like, how do you answer that? I can't. I don't know how to describe how someone sounds mad. Like, other than you just straight up sound upset. But using a different word doesn't matter. It's how that I cannot describe. So, I mean, if anybody could shed some light on that, too, that would be great, because we're not doing bad.
There's ways to describe that, though. That's the thing.
And I don't know.
Because there's fucking adjectives out there that can describe that. It's like...
I don't know, like, which one is suitable.
It's like you're yelling, or you're, you know...
But here's the thing.
It's frustrating as hell. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, you're not even yelling. That's the thing. I know, like, you're not yelling.
No, but I'm just saying that as an example.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah.
I'm just saying that as an example. Like, if somebody sounds mad, like, it's just like you're being very short with your phrases, or, you know, you're yelling, you're being very, like, blunt and abrupt or something, you know? Like, I feel like
the blunt and abrupt part might be a thing, but even then, that's stretching it, like, a lot. Because straight up, dude,
because all I tend to get in response to my tone is, oh, you're just acting like a bitch.
Which is not...
And I'm like, okay, so... How?
Exactly, like, I'm with you on that.
But, like, somebody could say, well, you're being very short with me, like...
And I don't think to say that.
But nobody does. Like, everybody's just like, I don't know, you're just acting like a bitch. I'm like, okay, well, if you don't have anything, you know, to say to me about it, then why are you saying anything to me? Because you can't even tell me what I'm doing wrong, yet you're pointing out that I'm doing something wrong somehow. But if it's like, I don't...
I mean, is that like I feel like it's a legit issue, you know, like...
Dude, I've been dealing with it for years. It is absolutely a legit issue.
There is no... It's hard to find a solution to something like that because, like, you gotta look at it from the other person's perspective, too. It's like, even me, when I ran into that problem with you, like, I had no idea how to describe it. Despite there being plenty of ways, I just didn't feel like the ways I was thinking of was suitable because it was too, you know, too direct, too blunt, too mean sounding. Like, if I could have put it any of the ways I was thinking of, it would have been me being an asshole. And that's not what I want, because it's not even that bad to me. It's just, sometimes it'll catch me off guard, and I've learned now more so to cope with it. It'll still happen every now and then, but not as severe.
No, dude, honestly, it happens a lot.
Okay.
It really happens a lot, because, hear me out. I'm not trying, I promise you, I'm not trying to be a bitch to you. I'm not trying to, like, rub it in or whatever. I'm just saying, like... You end up beating yourself up thinking you fucked up because I said something a certain way.
I mean...
Like, even earlier tonight with the other take of the Minnycast, the way I reacted and stuff like that, I know I fucked that up. I'm just saying, I know I fucked that up. But, like, it's just even that. Even if I wasn't mad, but still somehow conveyed that same tone, you would think I was mad and acting like a bitch. Right?
Like how
you know, like that's what I'm saying though, is like, and you end up feeling like crap regardless of what my intention.
Like, I feel
it doesn't matter what my intention is. Like, it's still coming off in a really shitty way that's making you feel like crap, even if it doesn't sound like that to me. And I need to figure out how to do something about it, because you're just gonna end up tearing yourself apart, and then I'm gonna end up tearing myself apart, and it's just gonna be. It's just gonna be
like, if anybody
really
has
any
any suggestions, we could really use it. Like, we're not like in dire straits right now. Like, we're not like...
No, it's pretty fucking dire to me. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, I guess it is. Like,
it really is. I have been literally...
I have not gotten anything right so far.
I have been literally dealing with this. It's not even that you're getting things wrong, though. I'm just saying, I've been dealing with this my entire life. Like, it's dire to me. This is a huge issue to me. This isn't just like a minor thing with a relationship to me. This is everything. That's what it is to me personally.
And I can't help. I don't know how to. And that's
like,
kind of...
I'm not sitting here, I'm not trying to say you're wrong about anything. Like,
I don't know how to help.
Not as dire,
that's what really messes with me, is I don't know how to help.
If it's not as dire to you, that's fine. I'm just saying it's a huge, like, it's a huge problem for me. Like, well over a decade problem.
And I feel like crap because I don't know how to help. Like, I don't even know how to shed light into that. Like, usually I'm a really good problem solver, and usually I'm really accurate when it comes to pinpointing the source of a problem, but I can't even do that right now. Like, I have tried over and over again to sort this out, and I'm unable to. Like,
it's not even the source of it I'm looking for at this point. I just need to know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
Because clearly this is just something I grew up learning.
Yeah.
I know where it's from.
Yeah. And I don't know what to do. Like, it's not...
And it's the thing is me doing that, whether I'm conscious of it or not, is hurting you. Yeah. That's the thing. It's hurting you. And I can't keep doing that, but I don't know how to fix it.
I mean, at this point, the next step is therapy. I don't think we need that.
We can't even fucking afford that. Yeah, like, dude. On our income, are you kidding me? We're not affording that, like, ever. If we have therapy-worthy problems, we're never going to get that help because we can't pay for it.
Yeah.
It's like anytime you go to these services that are like, oh, hey, you know, you can get help through this or that, and it's free or whatever. All of a sudden, you get a fee slapped in your face. You're like, oh.
Yeah, and something ludicrous.
Yeah, always. Because it's like, oh, well, getting help to find that help is free.
Yeah.
But then as soon as you actually get that help, it's like, oh, hey, just, you know, hand me your entire paycheck. They might as well tell you.
Yeah.
Because that's about how much it's worth.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
therapy's not really an option.
No. You know what? Like, I feel like this is a good venting. At least if we could take anything out of it, it's a good venting, you know.
Sure, but I need to figure out a solution so that I'm not constantly hurting you.
And I wish I could help, but I don't know. We need help on this. Like, we need to figure out how to nip this problem in the bud. And if somebody has any sort of...
Like, you need to stop beating yourself up about shit, and I need to stop making you feel bad.
And that's what... You know, it's kind of like...
And, like, I don't even try to. That's the frustrating part. Is I try my best to...
And I don't try to beat myself up either. It just happens. Literally, both our problems, we're not even trying to do it. That's the sad part. And we know that about each other. I know she's not trying to be a bitch. Like, she never tries to. I've seen her try to be a bitch. It's worse. So really, I know she's not trying to be a bitch at all. There is no way. I will take that to the grave. She's not trying to do it. So,
but the fact is it's still happening and it's hurting you.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
That's the problem, is we do things...
That's the thing that makes my intentions, like, null and void at this point. It doesn't matter what I intend if it's hurting you in the end.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And I don't want to do that. Like, why would I do that?
Well, I understand.
Why would I want to, you know?
Yeah.
But the fact is it's happening. I'm doing it.
It's kind of like me. Why would I want to be hard on myself? But it happens. Why do I beat myself up for certain things that are so minute? It just happens. And I've had that issue since I was young, and like, it has to do with family and how I was raised. But it's still not an excuse. I'm a grown man. I should know better.
I don't know. It's just like
we have issues. Everybody's got issues.
Frustrating.
You know, like, everybody's got issues. We have issues. But if anybody has any suggestions, please leave that in the comments, because really, I mean, we're doing fine as a couple. I don't want anybody getting concerned. Like, we're happy. You're happy.
Well, yeah.
I'm happy. Like, we're doing fine. Don't nobody worry. But it's just every couple, every person, every friendship has problem. At least one or two, and that's one of ours.
It's just a really big problem, and it's like we're gonna run into more problems. It's only gonna get worse if we can't do something about it. That's the thing.
I know.
That's my worry, and I try not to, like, let my worries get the best of me kind of thing, but how long can we put up with this shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we're human. We have limits. We can only deal with so much. When is that gonna happen? You know?
I don't have an answer. I mean,
neither do I. I'm just saying, like, we can only put up with so much before we can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
You know? And if it's hurting you as much as it is, you know, that's gonna happen sooner rather than later.
Oh, I'm not going anywhere, though. I'm sticking with you.
I wouldn't want you to stick with me if all I'm doing is making you miserable.
See, that's the thing. That's not all you're doing. If that was all you're doing, I would have been gone ages ago, man. Like,
it just honestly, like, it just kind of feels like it is. Like, and I'm not trying to beat myself up or anything. I'm just saying.
Well, you
like,
kind of are at this point. I'm just saying. Like, you tell me not to, that's what it means when you do. Is when you go to that extreme. Because you know it's not all that bad. It can't be all that bad.
No, dude, it's bad.
Sure, but it's not all that bad. Like, if it were, we wouldn't even be doing this together. We wouldn't be doing this Minnycast at all.
I'm doing this Minnycast because of that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is we wouldn't be able to work together on anything. Like, anything. We wouldn't even be able to have fun with each other, like, if it was that bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that bad. I feel like to say that it is us being hard on ourselves again, and that's what this is. One of the things this is about. We can't do that. We can't let ourselves sink like that. There's a reason why we made it this far. There's a reason why we're still here, and I choose to stick with that reason. And I feel like talking about it will help.
Sure, but if I'm just saying stuff that ends up hurting you in the end.
As soon as I stop beating myself up as much, that issue won't be as apparent.
It will if I'm still doing it.
But if I'm not beating myself up anymore, I'm gonna be, mentally more equipped to deal with it accordingly. Right now, I'm just stressing out over stupid shit, and really that's what the cause is. Everything seems like a bigger problem than it really is, and that's what happens when you beat yourself up and you're stressing out over everything. So guys, don't do that. It's more problems, it's more headaches, and it's not good for people around you or yourselves. So if I wanted to end it off on that, on any kind of point, it would be that. And I don't know if you want to include anything else.
I mean, I don't really know what else to say that isn't just a repeat of what we've just said, and we've been at this for like 26 minutes.
Oh,
so.
damn. Okay, well.
Sorry, I brought my phone closer to my face to see the time,
okay.
So I'm sorry about the voice increasing in volume. But, I guess we should end it off for today, you guys. I'm sorry if it got a little bit heavy, and yeah, I don't know.
It was a good talk.
I'm figuring it out as we go, I guess.
So,
I mean...
That's all we can do. Keep hope. Keep loving each other. That's all we can do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely trying. I just...
Stay with me, baby.
I'm not going anywhere.
Damn right.
I just want to not hurt you, and I feel like that's all I end up doing. Especially recently, and like that's not what I try to do.
I know.
But before I get more emotional, you guys, I think we're gonna end off today's episode.
Let's try to laugh.
Like I just okay. I mean, if you guys have, oh my god, I can't talk now. If you guys have any suggestions regarding anything we just talked about, like, please feel free to share any advice you guys may have in the comments down below. Like, I'd love to hear an outside perspective on this. Like, I feel like that would probably help out a lot, because we've just been going off of what each other is saying, and we don't really have, like, an outside opinion on it.
No.
It would be really helpful. So if you guys could share that, you guys would be, like, super amazing. But,
yeah, dude, let us know what's up.
Yeah, but for now, you guys, thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. Again, sorry if it was too heavy, but, if it was, feel free to check out any other series we have on this channel. And before you forget, join the Minchino clan on Discord. The link to that will be in the description down below. And until next time, you guys, Minnie and Candido are out.
Later.